it's Samantha, and today I am filming Olivia's 10-month update, and it is just crazy how much has changed this month. She went from being a baby to being a toddler, basically. She's cruising everywhere. The day I actually filmed my update, that afternoon, she took the push walker from the wall all by herself and started just walking back and forth with the push walker. So now she walks with that back and forth around the room. She can kind of steer it. If she gets against the wall, she can move it out from the wall and start cruising around with it again. And she's also just recently, maybe this last week, starting to let go of things and try to stand on her own. And she only can hold it a second or two and then she'll plop herself down. But she has a lot of control when she goes ahead and sits down, and she can sit up on her knees with no support whatsoever. And it's just incredible. It's incredible how much she's changed this last month. Just maybe this last week or so, her dexterity has improved greatly too. So she was to where she could, hit objects together, grab at things that she wants, but now she sets them where she wants. She can turn things back upright if they're turned over or knocked over. She will turn them upright. She will sort items into containers. She'll pick out all the rings or all the gears out of like mixed up toys and just play with those or put them in a new container. We took one of my IKEA shelves from this room down to her room, and she just loves putting things back on the shelf, moving things from cubby to cubby. She just loves it. She has so much fun sorting objects and organizing them. She also will hand them to us, which is so cute. So if she wants me to hook some links together, she will start handing me the links and I'll hook them, and she'll hand me another one and she'll collect all the links and do that. She's down there screaming. They're playing right now. So you might hear some screaming. She really likes to scream these days. And as far as more dexterity, she can put things where she wants them. So that monkey barrel toy that we have, you put the balls in the top of the monkey, she can do that no problem now. And she can put the balls in the octopus toy, no problem now. And she got an alphabet train for Christmas. It's got this little tiny slot, maybe like that big, and then the little pieces are a little bit smaller than that. She can put them in there no problem whatsoever. And it's just amazing how much she can do. All of a sudden, it's just been this like last week or so. And going along with that, she just comprehends so much. She does listen some of the time and put things where we ask her to put them. And if she has something that she shouldn't have, which I specifically remember an incident today where she had part of a wipe. I was wiping her face, she ripped part of the wipe off, and she would look at it, start sticking it in her mouth, pause, and I say, that's good, you don't put it in your mouth. And if she got it in her mouth, I say, no, yucky. And when I told her, no, yucky, she put it from her mouth and handed it to me. It was like, wow, she's understanding what I'm saying, she's listening. And so we did that a few times where she'd go to her mouth, think about it for a second, and then hand it to me ultimately instead of put it in her mouth, which has been so great. She can hold things a lot better and move things where she wants them. She's not sticking everything in her mouth these days, which I'm really impressed with. Especially this last month, with the book thing, she was putting everything in her mouth, including the books. Now she doesn't really put the books in her mouth all that much, although I don't leave them out 24/7 like I was. So we'll just have the books out at story time and then they go away after that. But yeah, the toys don't end up in her mouth a lot, which is really surprising because she is getting one of her top teeth. I can feel it in there and I can kind of see it coming out. I don't know if it's broken through the gum yet, but I do see like the lump where it is, and I can feel the lump where it is. So it's just a matter of time before it comes out. She has had a little bit of fussy times where she'll have her hand in her mouth and kind of scream a little bit. This teething session hasn't been nearly as bad as when the first two started coming in. We had some really rough days with that a few months back. But this one, it just seems like she hasn't really been super duper fussy, which has been really nice. And she hasn't stuffed everything in her mouth, which is also really nice. So hopefully we're getting out of the trying to put everything in her mouth phase. That's not to say she doesn't put things in her mouth, because she still will put stuff in her mouth, just not everything. It seemed like as soon as she touched something, it would end up in her mouth. So as far as standing up, she can stand up on any object, use the wall to stand up. As long as she has something there to support her, she can stand herself up. And she's starting to not really hold on to things. She'll be like leaning her arm against something and stand next to something. And going along with that, she is very tall, so she can see on our nightstands now. She'll just kind of peek over and look on our nightstands, pull things off of our nightstands, so that's been fun. She really can get into stuff. She started opening drawers and cabinets big time now, so we've got to get some locks on some of those. She does have one cabinet and one drawer that are just dedicated to her. They're safe stuff, so like all of our Tupperware is in one of these cabinets that she can get into, but she's starting to try to open everything. And we have a drawer that's a slide out trash can and recycle bin, and she really likes to pull with that one, and I don't want her getting in the trash or anything, and definitely I don't want her under the sink, so we are buying some child locks to prevent all that stuff. Nursing has been going fabulously. We were down to 6 nursings a day, and now we are down to 4. And I decided to do this because in those mid-morning and mid-afternoon snack times, she would nurse just 2 times randomly throughout the day. I found she wasn't really concentrating. She wasn't really paying attention to what she was doing. She was a lot more fidgety, and she would also tend to bite more during those times. And I was thinking about it one of the days before we went down to 4 nursings, and I was like, I think she only bites me during those sessions. So I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm gonna try my best to distract her, get her eating a snack or something if she asks for any milk during the day. At first, she would still kind of ask for nursing, and I think it's just because she was hungry or bored. I don't really know, but it didn't seem like she needed it. Whereas those other 4 nursing sessions, she's really concentrating on what she's doing. She hardly ever bites or pulls off or anything. She just gets it done, but she just seemed to play at those, mid-morning and mid-afternoon nursing sessions. So it's been fine getting rid of them. I just give her a snack or give her snuggles. She's never gotten to where she really wants that nursing session. So I think it's just something that I was pushing on her more than she was pushing on me. And since we've dropped to the 4 nursing sessions, it's been fabulous. I hardly ever feel a tooth against my nipple, which has been really nice. And also it just feels sustainable. It feels natural for those 4 sessions to continue as long as we're both happy with it. And right now, I could see us doing this until she's close to 2 years old. It doesn't bother me at all doing the 4 nursing sessions. It was all the in-between ones and all the during the day ones, especially if we're like at a play date. The last thing I want to do is whip out my boobs and sit there with my boob out, feeding my baby when she's not really paying attention that much. She's pulling off a bunch. She has a tendency to bite during those sessions. So this has just been going so much nicer for us. So as far as feeding, she eats all the time. She has 3 solid meals, 1 pretty big snack, so basically 4 meals, and then she snacks a couple of times during the day. Anytime she wants a snack, she will kind of come up to me and get a little whiny, and if I set her back down after snuggling her for a second, she gets a little fussy, so I know that she's wanting food. It's been really clear when she's hungry, and it seems like every hour she either eats a meal or eats a snack, or it's time to nurse again and go take a nap or whatever, but it's just all the time she eats. So instead of putting her in the high chair all the time, I have let her have some of her snacks in her playroom. So she has maybe 2 snacks in there a day where she will just sit there. She'll have her little bowl and she'll just eat the snacks out of the bowl, and she's so cute about it. Every once in a while she will pick up the bowl and kind of flip it over and just like watch the food come out. It's always like a dry thing or something that's not super duper messy, maybe a little messy, a little crumbly. Some of her snacks, she'll have like frozen blueberries or a cutie or something. I'll put her in her high chair. But for those 2 snacks a day, she'll just sit there with her little snack, and it's been really cute. The dogs will be outside the playroom with the gate up, They can't get in there, but they will be right at the fence line of the little gate, and they want her snack. And she knows it. Sometimes she'll take some of her snack and hand it to them, and it's been really cute. She also puts toys through the gate for them if they're on the outside of the gate. She'll just take toys and try to slip them through the slots of the gate, and it's just so cute. She's trying to share with the dogs. And sometimes it's not so cute because she'll have it in her hand, reach through the gate, still having it in her hand. Dogs will just lick her hand, and then she'll stick the food in her mouth. So the food will have been licked, or just her hand has been all licked and she'll still stick stuff in her mouth. So it's pretty nasty that they're sharing germs, and it makes me cringe. But at the same time, I just know it's inevitable, and And I have tried to take food from her and wipe her hand down, and she threw a huge fit when I took food away from her. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I'm just going to let them share germs. It's nasty. I'm just going to let it happen. I just try to think of it as immunity boosting. It's gross. It is raining really loud. I hope you guys can't hear too much of it. It's probably really distracting, but Olivia went down for a nap and I want to go ahead and finish this video while it's fresh in my mind. I've got a bunch of things on my list still to cover, and it's, again, jumping all over the place like last month. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was back to the breastfeeding. 4 sessions a day has been great, but I also want her to be able to drink out of a sippy cup or a straw cup or a regular cup. So we did end up getting some sippy cups to try out. And the sippy cups have been going really well. She will drink a little bit of water out of them. She hasn't drank very much, maybe an ounce at most a day. So she really doesn't drink a lot out of a sippy cup, but she can drink out of a sippy cup, which is what I was really excited about. I did try to pump one night and I did not get anything out. It was a tiny bit over half of an ounce between both breasts, and it took me forever to pump that much. So officially I don't respond to a pump anymore. So pumping will not be an option at any point in time. I probably should just get rid of my pump. And also I was looking in my freezer and all of my milk is bad. So I ended up dumping out all the milk that I had stored in the early months. Like the first month or 2 of her life, I had pumped and stored a couple of ounces here and there. So I had a little stash and it all went down the sink. So I felt so bad wasting all of that, but she never used a bottle or a sippy cup or anything. So she never used it. And I kind of just forgot about it until I saw it in the freezer and in the back of the freezer. And I was like, oh, it's all ruined. It's all wasted. But yeah, so we won't be pumping at all, and so I'm really glad that the 4 sessions is working for us so she can have breast milk as long as possible. I do want to do some form of extended breastfeeding. I was hoping that I could pump and she could have breast milk in a sippy cup, but that's not going to be an option now. I'm really glad that breastfeeding is working really well for us. So as far as eating, she is an amazing eater. She still will choke on something here and there. It really tends to be when she just takes a handful of stuff and shoves it in her mouth. She does that every once in a while. And there's certain textures of things that she just can't do right now. Some meats, she just can't handle the texture. She can't really bite it, so she will kind of choke on that. A lot of times she just will spit it out, not even try to chew it or anything. She does like sandwich meat. I get her the really nice quality sandwich meat that doesn't have fillers and stuff in it. So she does do sandwich meat like that. She'll do roast beef, turkey, and chicken that way. I'm afraid to do the hams that way because I think a lot of them have honey. So after she turns 1 year, I won't have a problem doing ham the same way. Hopefully she'll have more teeth by then. So she can actually bite things, but the meat has definitely been the thing that she doesn't do so great with. Basically, she will eat anything that we give to her, or at least try to eat some of it, but she doesn't like things spoon-fed to her, so anything other than like finger foods are out at this point. She has tried yogurt, did not like it, just spit it out, and then wouldn't take any more bites of it. The only thing she's taken off a spoon other than prunes was just the other day at Christmas. We had green bean casserole and I let her have some of it and she did eat a few bites of that. She liked that one. But again, she did not want me handing her the spoon. She really wanted to give herself the food off the spoon. So we really have got to work on her being able to feed herself with the spoon better. Because right now she just makes a mess, and a lot of times she just ends up throwing it if I let go of the spoon. So I'll still be like holding the end of the spoon while she's putting it in her mouth. And it's just a lot of work to try to feed her off of a spoon. So this month we also transitioned from getting rid of the prune puree completely. She likes those dried prunes. We get the Sunsweet One brand and they're really soft. At first I was cutting them up into small bits and they're like, you know, raisin sized bits, and she would eat them off her tray. And now I just give her the whole prune. She just bites on it and eats the whole thing like that. So she has a couple of those a day. It's her, you know, little dessert. She loves it. We have one little container of prune puree left that I'm going to give her this week, and then we're done with purees and can feed herself so well. She's just getting so big. She still does throw food to the dogs, but now she hands me food a lot of the time too. When she started handing us stuff just spontaneously, I tried to get her to hand me the food as soon as she'd start throwing it. So she would just kind of collect all the pieces off her tray, put it in my hand, and I'd always say thank you to her, or good job, or something motivating. So she gets really proud of herself. And as far as her favorite food, she really does like the chicken. She loves blueberries. We have some freeze-dried ones and some frozen ones, and she can eat so many frozen ones. I tell you, maybe even like a quarter of a cup or half a cup of them at a time. She can eat a lot. And I was reading online about weaning, and people talk about how much their kids eat and don't eat. A lot of them say their babies barely take a couple of bites of food and then they're done eating, and that's not how she is at all. She can eat a whole cutie in a sitting, and it's pretty insane how much she can eat. And I'm like, where does she put it all? She's so tiny, although she's a bigger baby, but she's still tiny to me. She also likes the freeze-dried strawberries. She doesn't like the fresh ones as much, and it might just be that they're really not in season, so they're not as good, and I even don't think they're as good this time of year. So probably in the summertime she'll like them again. She loves bagels. We have whole wheat bagels or cinnamon raisin bagels with a little bit of butter or a little bit of cream cheese. She loves that. She also really likes fish. She'll have salmon or cod or even like healthier versions of fish sticks. She really likes fish. She really likes the cuties. I always think, oh, she doesn't really know what I'm saying, but then she does things that I know that she understands what I'm saying. So now she really will respond to us, do things. If I ask her to clap, she'll clap. If I ask her to dance, she'll dance. If I ask for a kiss or a hug, she'll give us a kiss or a hug, which is a new thing for her. She does give kisses and hugs. And her version of giving a kiss is more like, you can kiss me. So she'll like lean her head into us so we can give her a kiss. And very rarely does she ever like reach out and try to give me a kiss. And then it's just an open mouth, slobbery kiss all over my face, which is so cute. And her hugs, sometimes they're just, she nuzzles in like under my neck. But lately she's been trying to wrap her arms around us. She'll wrap her arms around my neck. And so she'll just come out to us and give us hugs and kisses during the day when we're playing. But also if we ask for them, she just lights up and gives us a bunch of them. So Johnny's been home for a week and a half now. He's home the rest of this week too. And every time we go get ready for nap time, I'll bring her up to her daddy holding her. She goes down for nap right after lunchtime. So I'll take her from the high chair, hold her, take her to her daddy and be like, okay, it's time to go nap. Give your daddy a hug. And she'll just lean out and give him a little hug. And it just totally melts him. He is just totally smitten with her. I definitely feel like I'm gonna have to be the bad cop in the good cop, bad cop situations, because he is just in love with her so much, and I could see him turning into a complete softie anytime she tries to ask for anything. But yeah, he just totally melts with the hugs, and today she was so cute. She gave him a hug and then would lean back and give me a hug, and I'm holding her this whole time. And then she'd lean in, give him another hug. She did it like 4 or 5 times, and I'd start walking away and she'd lean out again, like putting her arms out, wanting to give daddy another hug. And it was just so cute. She wanted to give him a ton of hugs, and she'll just reach her arms around him as much as she can. It's just the cutest thing. She's just really becoming such a sweet, loving little baby. And there were a couple of months where she was just on the move. She didn't want to snuggle very much. And now she knows, you know, she knows what she wants. When she wants snuggles, she comes up to us and gets snuggles. And it's really sweet that I can ask her for a hug and she'll give me a hug a lot of the time. I don't know if she's ever refused a hug, but I'm sure she will at some point. Also with toys, I can ask her to hand a toy to me and she will hand it to me. There's a lot of times she just hands them to us anyway, so I think she's beginning to share, and it's really sweet that she offers us her toys, because there was a while where when we'd have play dates, babies would come over and play with her toys, and she would start crying when they would touch her toys at first. Like as soon as one of the babies would have her toy, she'd look at the baby, look up at me, and just start making her sad crying face and start crying like, it's my toy. She definitely recognized that they had her toy, and she'd get really upset some of the time. And now it seems like She's okay with sharing a little bit more. We did hit 42 weeks recently, 42 weeks of life, so that was our in and out time since she was 2 weeks overdue. We did do the in and out photo comparison. I did put that up on Instagram. I'll link that down in the description box below so you guys can see that. I thought it was a really cute idea. I wanted to do that since she was born and I'd known about these in and out comparisons. But yeah, she definitely can get her point across through her screeches and through her actions. So that's pretty much it. I'm just blissfully happy to have such a healthy and happy little girl, and she's just absolutely a blessing, and it's been a really fun month. Just so much changed this month, and her being able to communicate with us and play a little bit better. She's trying to put puzzles back together. She knows how to put the pieces of the toys back where they go, put the balls in the monkey, that type of thing. So it's been a lot more fun to watch her play and also play with her. So it's just changed a lot. Her being able to use her hands so much better. I just really love our routine. We're still on the 1 nap a day, which is working great for us. Still about 2 hours long most of the time. So things are just going really well. I just love where she is developmentally. I love that we're almost completely out of the baby stage, which is, I thought I would be sadder than I am, you know, but she's really a toddler basically at this point. And I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with where we are. I love that she has a little bit more independent time. She will play by herself really well now, and it gives me a little bit of a break during the day. I can get something cleaned, or I can just sit and watch her. Sometimes I do just sit and watch her because she's just so cute. She'll kind of babble to herself and play with her toy by herself. It's just so nice, and it's one of those things I've never felt happier in my life, and it's really amazing to feel this happy. Like, I just feel so content and so happy, and at the end of the day, I just have this overwhelming sense of our life is so nice. I just feel so lucky, and I just love her personality. I think she's just such a sweet little girl. And at lunch today, she had one little freeze-dried strawberry left, and she is never full when it comes to strawberries. She will just keep eating them. I don't know if I feel like most of the time I have to cut her off before she cuts herself off. But she had one more left on her tray, and she was still eating at this point. I knew I was going to give her more strawberries. But she had the one little strawberry left. She looked at it, picked it up off of the tray, and reached out to try to hand it to me. And it was her last one, and she wanted me to have it. And I just thought it was just the sweetest thing. And she's only 10 months old. Maybe she doesn't know what she's doing. But to me, I felt like she was being really sweet and trying to give me this last piece that she has. So yeah, I'm so in love with her, and I'm gonna start crying. I'm getting emotional, can you tell? But it's just been going so great. I just love motherhood. I love the little person she's becoming. And so yeah, I better cut this off before I start crying. So I will insert some clips of her. She's been doing a bunch of fun things this month, so I'll insert some clips of her, and I'll catch you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe and like. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Yeah, you walking? She just pulled that away from the wall all by herself because she wanted to walk. I can't believe it. That's the first time she's ever tried to pull it away from the wall. So she knows it's a walker and she wants to use it. I can't believe it. Go, Livy, go. You're doing great, baby. Yeah, those are the screws. She's very careful when she walks. Very good. You're doing it. You're doing it. Whoa. Whoa. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. She's making it all the way. She's going up the other ones. Are you going back up? Look at you. Oh, guess we have to child-proof this area. All done. Look at you, you crawled up the stairs. You hop? Good job. Good job, Olivia. What'd you find? Oh yeah, you found the toilet. That's the toilet. That's the handle. Do you like it? Yeah, it's shiny. Oh, we don't put our mouth on the toilet. You play in the drums. You're so cute. You dancing? Dance. Dance, baby. In here is terrible. Still going. Wow. She's on a roll. What is all this? Ooh, that one has a pretty bow. I think she found the one she wants to open. Look at her. I'm gonna eat it. That's yucky. That's yucky. Yucky. You like it? We can open some. Yeah. Soak it all in. Yucky. She looks right at me before she does it. Yeah, go explore. Might have to take the bow away. Although, it just shows how exciting bows are. I think she may go touch all of them. Very good. Good job. Very